north in the mountains above the divide, there's a trailer where resides my friend Shane and his friend Gary, can't forget. Now the place is real cozy and I was looking forward to seeing it again. Little did I know, and little did Shane know, that interview is going to take me through some of my most treacherous country yet. Come along and find out. So when my friend Shane called me up, I was already leaving Morgantown. I realized that I just had to hunt. It's in my blood, after all, and about all I'm good for. When I realized just how much meat I was left with after that, I thought, well, I figured why not just stay on the road another couple of days and head on down to the White Spring, see if anyone there could make some use of it. It weren't so bad, and I found some nice ways to pass the time while I was at it. Now I know you ain't never seen me around civilization before, folks, so don't be too shocked.
You hang around those raiders? I want nothing to do with you.
That's kinda harsh, but alright. The good thing about being the guy that everybody knows walks around is that, well...
How are the folks at Foundation doing? If I wasn't so busy, I'd go visit sometime.
You get to bring them news. I didn't get along with everybody, mind you, but that's a whole other story. In the end, though, I did what I came for, and I was real happy about that. I even took the time to go get a checkup.
They tell us not to get attached to the patients. Now I understand why.
I weren't quite sure if that was about the world or about me. Anyway, I was still thinking about it when I went on down to take a bath. In the morning, with a whole new destination, I headed out into the rain once again. I admit, I did think about trying to wait out the weather, but I figured it was best to just keep on going. Not that far up 104, I came to, well, I'm sure you guys all know. Now, right as I was making up my mind, I ain't sure if I heard something or if my blood started prickling. If you know me a little, you understand why. But sure enough, I wasn't wrong. Now, folks, let's talk about rad scorpions for a minute. Now, if you ain't heard, these fuckers are the reason I only got one leg. And I got a big, long history with them. But if you don't, you best watch out. Them claws and them stingers will get you before you can even turn around. And they'll go underground and pop up right where you are before you can turn your head. And them stingers got a much longer reach than you think, so watch out. That armor can withstand a lot of damage. Your best choice is to just shoot him in the face. I go to harvest them from time to time, so I know. Anyway, this particular son of a bitch was a death skull. I guess I ain't gotta explain the name too much, y'all. Anyway, at least I managed to get some poison sacks to harvest for drinks later, so I figured it was a win-win overall. Nearby, I found some folks.
It's just about time to eat.
They were nice enough to invite a stranger, looking like me, to spend a little time, gossip a little, and have some lunch. I haven't had a cup of coffee, which I ain't had in a while, but...
Perfect time for some iguana on a stick.
I mean, I can get behind that. Taking off, I was kinda hoping for some quiet, and as I went along, I got to appreciate one more time just how gorgeous Appalachia is. But my appreciation didn't last too long. I heard a sudden commotion and some screams, and I realized that underneath me, something real bad was happening. Blood eagles. It looked like they'd taken out a caravan, and now I had to take them out to get by.
Is this how you want to be remembered? Hiding in the shadows?
Nah, I'd rather stay alive. It was as bad as I suspected. Worse yet, it looked like they'd hit it for fun and not for supplies. It made me angry, and it made me sad. But all I could do was pay my respects. wash off that encounter best I could. I sure felt like I needed to anyway. I didn't have much hope for a quiet walk now, so when I heard grunting and water splashing up ahead, it didn't surprise me much, because I had already smelled the thing that was making that noise. A big old Yowboy, just minding its own business, waiting to tear my head off. For a little while, I thought we were gonna get along, but I got too close and, well, it knocked me flat. I mean, I was real glad this was my first rodeo, but that still hurt. Considering that, and a few other factors, it seemed like it wasn't a bad idea to just settle where I was for the night because it was getting late. I didn't want nothing to go to waste, so I had a nice hot dinner and made my bed. I went to sleep thinking about all the stories I'd have to tell Shane about how hard I was fighting to get to him. The morning was peaceful. I woke up feeling pretty refreshed and ready to go on my way. I have got to tell you, folks, though, this is my absolute favorite time to be setting out on any one of my journeys. The most beautiful colors are all around you. There's a little trailer hidden up here. Might make a real nice home for someone willing to come on by and put the work and love into it. I think it's real nice. And I was just rolling along with my head full of stories when I realized that in all my not thinking, I'd walked right into the mouth of Dagger's den. Damn it. Now there was only one way to get back out again. I was pretty sure. I didn't want this to happen. It was either him or me. I know it. I'm sorry for it. Listen, I ain't never stormed a place before. It ain't my thing. But here I was. I had to get through. And I knew that if they all saw me at once, they'd scrape up what was left of me with the shovel. And the whole time my feet were moving, my brain was trying to remember. What did I see watching the responders? Hide. Clear out the ones in front of me. Move up. Ones and twos, they came after me, and that I was still alive. I got real lucky. That gun would have chewed me up and left me for nothing. Every step I took sounded so loud, but one shot at a time I pushed on. I had to make sure the buildings were clear, and after I did, I found a whole lot of resources. I had no doubt about how they got there or whose they were. Now, that was a lot to process for one morning. Took my time heading north. Berkeley Springs State Park, America's first spa. Sounds kind of like nonsense, but alright. Anyway, Berkeley Springs is normally a place I'd stay for the night, but I was in a hurry. I figured I'd lost a lot of time. And after that, folks, I really could have used a drink full of rad scorpion venom and a place to put my feet up. Damn it, though, I don't know what's been wrong with my sense of direction lately, but instead of walking to the left or right, I walked right into the relay tower, and the answer to the question, can I sneak by, was no, in case you're wondering. Hell. So after that fuster cluck, I figured I knew where I'd spend my second, hopefully last, night on the road. The Buck's Den Beer House, someplace I've been a bunch of times, and I knew what to expect. There are always a bunch of ghouls lurking around, but I was ready for them. So I helped myself to the rewards. Come on now, don't judge me. This is absolutely 100% not the weirdest place I've ever had a drink in, if you're wondering that. Anyway, I got some sleep and got going in the morning, feeling like it was going to be a brand new day on the road. And it was. A brand new day in Appalachia. I don't know what I was expecting. A sheep squatching a bunch of super mutants and a scorched beast just winging on by like nothing. hope you understand that I didn't really want to get involved in that one. I just kept on going. Seemed like the best idea. Now, I just know that some of y'all watching this are gonna say that was right before I threw best ideas out the window. I swear I was just gonna pass on by, but when I heard that thing breathing down there, I guess I got a whiff of something that made me feel like fighting. I mean, no more stems. Pretty much no more nothing, and nobody around. Well, why not? Now, I got this rule. I only fight a deathclaw up close, and I swear they're getting smarter. At least so far. I've been winning. Whew. I was a little wound up after that, but my feet were getting tired, so I figured I'd take the road a little ways. I didn't stop to gossip with the Brotherhood folks. At that point, I was too busy wondering if Shane would be able to spare me a med-X. But, to tell you the truth, I did take a minute to look at the Red Rocket. I always do. It's one of my favorite places out here. I spent a lot of time there. And as the road went on east, toward the mile, I hung a left to go north, with what promised to be a whole new book of stories to share with my friend Shane. When I got there,